Today we're talking small business essentials. So if you're thinking about starting up a business or you're looking for new things to add to your business, this is the video for you. I'm going to give you a rundown of my top 5 items I use pretty much every day. And if you like the look of any of these, check out the description below because that is where you will find the links. Okay, so first up, we're talking printers. As you can see behind me, I have a Canon IP8750. Now, I started off with a HP printer. I wouldn't advise that. It does not print like you would think a printer should print, pretty much. That's okay for printing out maybe document things, some letters, even your receipts. You could probably print them out like that, but not for an artist or a photographer wanting to start up a small business. So, after doing some test prints with that, quite a few test prints actually, I got rid of it. Well, I didn't get rid of it. It's actually away up there on a shelf. But this one changed my life. So during lockdown, I couldn't actually get one of these. I tried for months and months, and when they did finally come on the market, I actually think I paid an extra £50 for it because the prices of things just shot straight up. But this is fantastic if you're an artist. It's fantastic if you're a photographer, as long as you know you can figure out the settings and you've maybe got some software like Photoshop or something on your computer. But it doesn't just print in A4, it is an A3 printer. How cool is that? So I definitely recommend this printer to any artist or photographer out there. The ink as well is a lot cheaper. It takes 6 inks, but, I mean, that's how you get your really fancy prints. But when I was using the HP printer, I think I paid £15 for a cartridge, a coloured cartridge, and I was getting maybe 50 sheets out of it. Whereas I think I don't get the Canon ink, I get the slightly cheaper ones that are on Amazon. I'll list that down below as well, actually. And they last so much longer. Like, I think you're about £20 and you get 2 or 3 cartridges each for each colour, and they last so long. I'm still on the first packet I've got, and I think I've had it, must be about 6 months now. That's pretty good, right? You go 2 days with a HP cartridge that's costing you a fortune. Nah. So yeah, definitely recommend this. I will also add the link to the inks down below. Okay, so next up we're talking the Cricut. I have a Cricut Explore Air 2 and it's my favourite machine. I mean, if you want to make stickers, get one of these. If you want to make leather jewellery, get one of these. There's so much stuff it can do. You can also join Cricut Design Space. You can pay for Cricut Design Space as well, and they give you templates and things. I don't use it myself because I actually upload all of my own stuff for our shop, but yeah, it does so much. I think you can even do etching and foiling on it now. I mean, come on, that's one tiny machine that does a million different things. So yeah, especially if you're looking at doing stickers for your shop like we do, I would spend the money on this to start up your business. It's gonna cost you cheaper in the long run to do them at home by yourself than it is for you to constantly be getting it in from other companies to do it for you. So yeah, this is a winner. And I absolutely love it. And even Olivia likes using it. It's really easy to use. So yeah, I'm telling you, go for it. It is an amazing thing to have in your small business. Next. Okay, next up we have an iPad. I got this when I probably shouldn't have. And it was well worth it. So I only have an 8th gen iPad. I couldn't afford to spend loads and loads of money on a super expensive one. And I think I was about £300 for this one. But I wanted to be able to edit things really easily. I don't know Photoshop. I find Photoshop super confusing. I tried to put it on my PC once, my PC almost died. So I got Procreate and it was amazing. You know, I keep saying that everything's amazing, but I mean, everything I have is amazing. That's why I have it. So yeah, if you want to be able to edit things really easily, Procreate is the way to go. So definitely get an iPad so you can get Procreate. It's super easy to be able to take your image and then be able to draw around it. So you've got the white line for a sticker and then just fill it in. And there you go, the Cricut will cut it out for you, you know, as long as you've got that solid line around it. But yeah, definitely came in handy, especially if you want to do digital stuff as well. Even with me doing watercolor, I tend to take photos, transfer it to my iPad, and then I'll edit on there. It's pretty handy to have, especially if you want to do stickers. And talking about iPad pens, so I don't actually have a fancy iPad pen. I've got a cheap one, and this one I think was £30. My first one accidentally fell out the door of my parents' motorhome, and we lost it somewhere. It rolled out of a tiny gap in the floor. No idea how that happened. So I ordered another one. But this one I think was about £30. I will also link it down below, and it works just as well. Or at least I think it works just as well, because I'm gonna try an iPad pen. Okay, next up, we're talking cameras. So I have this Canon EOS 70D, which I haven't used a whole load, but when I have used it, I really, really liked it. Now, you don't need a super expensive camera like this to start your small business, or, I mean, well, you could, depending on what you want to do. But I mean, if you were starting a YouTube channel, I film on my phone most of the time, which is what I'm doing here now. Eventually, I will switch over to this or something similar to this, but this I have at the moment for practice and being able to take photos and things. Also, it's going to come in super handy when we start going out and about and taking you guys around Scotland so that I can take wildlife and scenery pictures. So if you're after a camera, I recommend this one right here. But also, remember, you don't need a massive fancy camera. I started with just my phone, and I still use my phone to take photos of stock and edit them on my phone as well. There's so many different ways you can do things now that you don't need the super, super expensive stuff. So, with that being said, let's move on to the next thing. Ah, yes, my heavy duty guillotine. So, this guillotine does come in super handy, especially if you want to do notebooks, and it helps with notepads as well. I have a normal guillotine where you just pull it down, it's got like a little blade, and it just doesn't cut it, especially not for notebooks. It would not go through like 20 sheets, not 20 sheets, is it 20 sheets? 12 sheets. 12 sheets of paper folded, so it ends up being, you know. So it doesn't go through that at all. So I got this heavy duty guillotine, which I ended up buying when I did, because the price just goes up and up and up and up. So if you are planning on getting this, definitely go and get it now, because the price goes up by about £5 every 3-4 weeks, I think. It started at £90 when I first seen it, and I bought it at 55. I think it's sitting at about 160 just now, but that is something that the price just keeps going up on. So if you want it, go and get it now before they keep putting the price up, because it's ridiculous. But definitely handy, especially if you want to get into making your own notebooks, because it will go straight through maybe, I think I've tried it with 4 notebooks at once. 3 or 4 notebooks at once. I'm not 100% sure, maybe I'll have to try that in a video. But yeah, it is definitely worth the money as well. That is my top 5 things, which actually ended up being a few more things because I added on the pen and the ink. And I think I'll put on sticker paper for you guys as well and let you know the good sticker paper to use. But I hope you liked this video. If you want to see more videos like this that might help you guys in your journey for your small business, then let me know. And that being said, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week.